cooking. We are making baked spaghetti today. Now, this is comfort food at its best, and it's a little bit different, right? Instead of just picking it up, we're gonna bake it. Whatever. Anyway, I'm already going ahead and getting my meat going. I just jumped right into there, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm hungry. Hungry, not hungry, hungry. I am browning up here some ground beef and ground sausage. That's really important because that sausage is going to seriously set this thing off. So I already started this going. So I didn't want to have to take a whole bunch of time to stand up here with y'all watching meat brown. That's nothing to see. We're going to add to this some chopped onions. Chopped yellow onions are my favorite. Y'all already know that, right? And some minced garlic. This is about 3 cloves of garlic. And if you think that's too much garlic, you're wrong. It's just enough. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in at this stage so that as the meat finishes browning, the onions and the garlic can also just get a little soft in there with them. Now, because I'm doing sausage and ground beef, I didn't add any extra fat. I didn't need any because the sausage has enough fat. And I'm using a mild sausage. Now, if you want to make this dish a little spicy, get you some hot sausage. Do you? Don't tell nobody though. You know what I mean? Because if you tell them it's hot, even if you just tell them it's hot sausage, and they will start, oh, you know what I'm talking about? It's too spicy. So just cook it. Just go about your business and cook it and don't say nothing. That's what I do. So in any case, here we got our meat getting together with the garlic and these onions in there. It's already smelling good. Now we're gonna start seasoning our meat. Now I'm gonna use an Italian herb paste. I love these. If you don't have these at your store or if you can't find them, don't worry, just get you some oregano and some basil and thyme and parsley and you'll be set, okay? In fact, I'm gonna do both. I have some, gonna put some of this paste in. I like the paste because they're really concentrated. You see, I'm almost out. That's how much I use it. The paste is a really concentrated burst of flavor. Ooh. Did y'all smell that? You smell? Okay. Woo. But I'm gonna add some herbs as well because I didn't have enough left. I should have bought more at the store. So I'm gonna add some oregano to this. So I hope I get it. There we go. I wanted to open it without breaking a nail. And how much am I putting in? As much as the dish needs. Now, if you like your dishes to be slightly seasoned, then just put a little. If you want to taste it, follow me. Here's some basil. I love basil. And here's some parsley. I love parsley. All right. See how I'm doing this? Just building these flavors up layer by layer. Ooh. Oh my God, it smells so good. So we're gonna basically make a meaty marinara sauce right here on the stove top. And you can already buy just a can of tomato sauce if you want to, or whatever sauce you already have in the jar. That's fine, there's no shame. Do you, boo? I ain't gonna talk about you. You know. But I just wanted to show you how to make it. This is a meaty sauce though, because we like meat around here. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn the heat down just a little bit. I'm gonna add a squeeze of tomato paste. Tomato paste is really good for the texture that you're going to get, the consistency in your sauce, and it does amazing things to give it a real full-bodied flavor. I don't understand what it is about that one little tablespoon of tomato sauce I just put in here, but trust me, if you don't use it, you will know. All right, so I'm just mixing this in. Again, building flavors, keep breaking that meat up as you go. Turn my heat down a little too much. And I've also got over here, we're gonna add crushed tomatoes and tomato sauce. And that's the basis of our marinara, the marinara portion of the program, if you will. All right, see that? And here I've got, how much I have here? About 6 cups, okay? So I'm gonna pour this in. This is crushed tomatoes and tomato sauce, okay? Pour that in. And what I'm gonna do now can be somewhat controversial depending on your positioning and your thought process, but I'm going to share my thought process. I'm gonna add to that a little bit of sugar. And you're like, no, some people are like, no sugar. Now I'm gonna tell you why I do it. Because the truth is, this is just about 2 tablespoons. The truth is, Tomato sauce is very acidic, and I am the type of person who actually can't handle a lot of the acid in tomato sauce. It makes me sick, you know, it makes my stomach unhappy. We'd be having arguments. But if you put a little bit of sugar in there, that will handle the acidity. It helps break it down, but you want to put it in early while you're cooking it so it has time to really simmer into the sauce. Now, you don't have to cook this sauce all the way like you're about to use it on spaghetti at that moment, because you're actually going to put it in the oven to bake. And while it's in the oven baking, those flavors are going to come together even more, okay? But you know what else you can do? Whatever you don't use in the spaghetti, save that, cook it a little bit longer, you know, simmer. Get your noodles out, honey, and have it the next day as just spaghetti and meat sauce, or noodles and meat sauce, or whatever. I'm just saying, I won't tell. Doesn't that look delicious? Now, one other little thing I love to do is cooking sherry. Some people put a little broth inside. Ooh, uh-oh. Let me slow this down. Hold on, y'all. There we go. We'll slow down. You know, tomatoes sometimes get a little finicky. Some people use broth in their sauces. I do frequently as well. But when I'm making pasta sauces, especially red ones, I love using a little touch of cooking wine. And cooking sherry is perfect. I only got about a quarter cup in there. You don't need a ton because you're not trying to change the flavor, you're trying to enhance the flavor. You get the difference? If you poured all that in there, it's gonna taste like sherry and tomato sauce. And that, I don't think we want that. And then you're gonna say, ooh, ChefLorious gave me this recipe, and I'm gonna be like, I did not tell you to pour in a whole bottle of cooking sherry. And you're gonna know I'm telling the truth. Anyway, back to today. Just about a quarter cup to accentuate the flavor, not change the flavor. Now you wanna make sure you keep stirring, or either put a lid on this, because tomato sauces do bubble up a lot. This time I'm not putting a lid on it because we're gonna bake it, and that's how the rest of the sauce is gonna, you know, yeah, do all that come together. But I am stirring this to make sure everything is well combined. Look at that. I'm gonna give this a little taste. Let me get a little spoon. And if you keep stirring it, also the tomato sauce won't get mad at you and pop up. See, I'm just gonna Let me tell you something. Girl. Oh, okay. Let me stop. My mama's probably watching this video. And y'all know Mama's VJ. Why are you doing all of that? I'm like, this is good. That's what you're supposed to do when the food is good. You're supposed to just look at it and say, ooh, that's yummy. If it's good, I ought to know it's good by your reaction. That's just as common sense. Anyway, I just added a smidge of salt to this just to help it love me back a little bit more. Turn the heat off, move it up. Now, y'all with me? We still together? All right, let's keep going. So here are my spaghetti noodles. I have cooked these and drained them. They are ready to go. First thing I'm gonna do, because this is where it gets, y'all ready? This is where it gets good. This is cream cheese. I have a block of cream cheese here that I melted in my microwave, or you can put it on the noodles when they're freshly hot. Okay, I cooked my noodles a little while ago when I was prepping for the video. Okay. I wish I could just, you know, some folks just do stuff and don't tell you. They just say, this is this, but I always get stuck and I have to tell y'all, okay, sorry, I didn't just do this. Anyway, I made it today. I'm gonna put the cream cheese in here, and you're just gonna stir the cream cheese around into your noodles, okay? And the reason we're doing this is gonna get a creamy texture all in these noodles. Now, I also have a little pasta water. Remember I told y'all always save your pasta water? When you boil, always save it. I'm gonna put just a little drop in here. That's gonna help me spread this cream cheese. And it's okay that these have cooled to about room temperature now. That is really okay, because they're already cooked and we're gonna bake it. All I wanna do is get this cream cheese going. See how I'm doing that? Oh yeah. And also, when you boil your spaghetti, don't forget when you boil your noodles to well salt your water, because I'm telling you it makes a difference, okay? So you see how I'm doing this? There we go, just moving those. Ooh. Well, what have we here? I think I'm having too much fun in the kitchen today, y'all. Because I'm always talking too much. But I feel like office when there's so much. Are y'all praying? You're not praying for me? Praying? Pray! All right, now we've got these noodles all mixed around here in the cream cheese, and you want to do it this way because if you just put the cream cheese in and it's in its regular block state, it's not going to spread like you want. You know, it's not like this good shredded cheese here that'll do the way it does. So here we go. We got our baking dish. Let me move some things around so you can see what I'm doing. I want to make sure everybody gets it. I'm doing it here because that eye is still hot. I'm going to start a little olive oil. Okay, the bottom of my dish just to make sure it's good. Let me grab a little. See, I like when y'all come in the kitchen with me and cook. This is real time. I'm just showing you what I really do. Yeah, I think it's better that way. Spread that oil. You can butter it, you can spray it, whatever. I just have a little olive oil to spread that. First thing we're gonna do is put a layer of this sauce on the bottom. Now we don't have to use a huge layer on the bottom. We just want, kind of like with lasagna, you know, we want to put a little bit on the bottom just to kind of get it going, okay? All right, here we go, just a little. And please use meat. Don't just put that tomato sauce in there. I want the folks to get full. This is a good meaty sauce. And that sausage mixed in with the beef is gonna give us amazing flavor. Doesn't have to be pretty, just getting it in here, okay? All right, now we're gonna go in with our cream cheese coated spaghetti noodles, okay? And we're gonna spread these just like this. See that? Oh yes. It's as good as it looks and sounds. I can't wait to eat this. I can't wait. Kids are gonna be so happy. This is like comfort food extraordinaire. Okay. See how I did the whole, and this is a whole pack of spaghetti noodles. I didn't do a half a pack, I did the whole pack because we're making a whole casserole. Get them all out, and that coating of cream cheese is gonna give you a nice little creamy layer in there. All right, next thing we're gonna do, over there, is we're gonna load this up with our sauce. Okay, but you know what I'm gonna do actually before we load the sauce? I'm gonna put a cheese layer in the middle here because I feel in my spirit that's what should happen. Here we've got all kinds of cheeses, Italian cheeses and some cheddars, all of it mixed together. I'm just gonna take a little bit here and just put a little middle layer because I'm telling you, I feel it in my spirit. I felt it. I felt it. Did you feel it? You felt it too? I knew we were in this together. Now we're gonna go in with our sauce right here. Now don't be stingy with the sauce here, okay? Because if you don't use enough, it can be a little dry in the middle, and you don't want that. That's not the point, right? But remember I told you if you have some sauce left over, you can continue to simmer it and cook it, you can. But you don't have to try to have sauce left over to simmer. You understand? Okay? You feeling me? Use as much as you need. See how I'm doing this? And I'm taking my time with it. Don't get impatient and pick it up and try to just pour it over it. That never works out, especially if you're doing it in a pan like this, you know? That's just not a good look. You see those herbs in there? We've got the basil in there. We've got the parsley, the oregano. Sauce this puppy up. Oh, yeah. All right, one more big scoop, and then I think we should be good, y'all. There we go. See that? Because as this bakes, it's going to bake down into the spaghetti. You with me? Yes. I know you were with me. I know you were. I know. Okay. Now on the top, we're going to cheese this thing like we ain't got no sense. Okay? And see, I got a lot of different cheeses all mixed in here. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. That feels right to me. That feels as right as it did in my spirit to layer. Amen? Amen. Oh, this is awesome. Now we're gonna put this in a 375-degree oven. Bake it for about 25 to 30 minutes or until everything's melted and comes together. Now the hardest part is gonna be once you take it out of that oven, you're gonna want to dig into this puppy right away. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know why you wanna do it. I want to. I wanna do it and I haven't even put it in the oven yet, but don't. Because you gotta give it time to set. It's kind of like lasagna, you know, you gotta give it a minute, okay? Oh I know y'all can taste this already too there. Oh my God. Okay, now there's my shredded cheeses I put all over. And then I've got a little bit of Parmesan that I'm gonna hit on the top. Just to kiss it. This is a kiss. You know, that sweet kiss. He said, oh, come here, baby. Get that neck. That's what this is. It's that neck. Get that neck. I'm not the only person who says that. I can't be. Y'all laughing, but don't you, I tell my husband he's fake. All right, here we go. We're gonna put this in the oven, 375 degrees, about 25-35 minutes till everything's melted. Then we're gonna take it out and let it sit for a second while we prepare ourselves to indulge. Well, family, here we are. This was in the oven for 30 minutes. Look at how beautiful and golden these cheeses have. I'm so excited how pretty it is. The hardest part was letting it sit. Like, okay, I tried to let it sit for about 10 minutes so it could try to firm up a little bit so I can cut it. I'm just, okay, here we go, here goes. I'm gonna stop talking. I feel like I've been talking. That's when I talk a lot. No, you know what, don't write that. Some people write that. You talk a lot, duh. Everybody know I talk a lot. That's part of my charm. Hold on, it's my mouth. Okay, here we go. Now, first piece is always the hardest, okay? And I don't know exactly what's about to happen. Let me cut spoon. Y'all know I can't get none of real. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. Still hot. So we're gonna go under. And look at that beauty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Do you see how beautiful that looks? I got this basil over here. These fresh basil leaves I wanted to put on here to go with it. Oh my word, y'all. Look at that. Let me get a fork to taste. This looks amazing. Can you see that? Can you see it? Hello, beautiful. Twist. I don't have words, and y'all know I always got words. That's amazing. But you know what? Let it sit longer. I'm not going to cut the rest of it. I'm going to wait. I still cut it, I think, a little too quick. But, oh my God. Thanks for joining me. This was amazing. This might be one of my new favorite dishes. You know, sometimes you make something and you discover, like, I like this even more than I did before. Who knows? I'm so happy you're with me today. I will see you next time, right back here in the Love Lab for more Calabama cooking with ChefLorious. That's me. Me and this baked spaghetti about to go have a situation, a good situation. Have a wonderful day. Happy cooking.